Hi, welcome back to my channel, and this is a sound off on the Real Housewives of Potomac reunion trailer that dropped yesterday. Child, I had too many opinions, so I was like, let me just come down here and make a little video. Now, I already dropped a video on the reunion looks. If you will, check it out. Give your girl a like. But I'm gonna say again that I thought the ladies looked really nice. They looked beautiful. The set looks nice. It's aesthetically pleasing to my eye. I have to say that. Because last year, I didn't really like the set. I felt like the set was a little too dark. I don't know. But I like this one. Okay, so Andy setting intentions at the top of the reunion. Ooh, child. That says a lot. I don't think I have to rehash it. We all know why he's doing this. The ladies' unwillingness to move forward this season has really... it's hijacked the whole season. Like, we're really sitting at a standstill. We don't know what's going to happen to this franchise, but it's not looking too good for some people. Karen saying that she believes in the ladies, I mean, that was nice because at the end of the day, everyone on that cast right now really should be rooting for one another, because when you start moving people around, it changes the dynamic. So right now, Karen is sitting pretty. She don't care who leaves or who comes. Now, some of the ladies, it really felt like, to me, NECA came to replace Wendy. And I feel like, of course, the Green Eye Bandits and Ashley, they don't mind seeing Wendy go and having NECA take her place. I want them to realize when you start doing things like that, it bites you in the ass later on down the line. Hint, hint, Atlanta. Everybody knows who the GOAT cast was in Atlanta. And when they start getting rid of certain people, the dynamics changed. And now we have a show that's not what it used to be. So they really need to, everybody keeps saying it. They need to find a way to push forward. But I think at this point, it might just be too late. Two of the OGs got to go. Ashley saying that she still loves Michael and she massages his feet every night. When I told y'all wasn't going to be no divorce, I know some of y'all didn't believe me. I told you that it was a scheme that Todd set up to come to us with the bullshit. I told y'all. She not leaving that man. That man will have to leave her. She's not leaving him. She was never leaving him. I'm going to tell y'all, okay? Ashley, she's smarter than she looks. Ashley really pulled off the scam of the century when she came back and she rebranded and she went from being the annoying, messy gutter snipe to the mom. And she's like, I'm a mother. Everyone must forgive me, right? She did that flawlessly. She pulled that off. The only thing that had Ashley looking bad in these streets is her defense of Michael going around groping people without their consent. She defended that and she stood on that. That was the one thing that was holding Ashley back. So what did she do? Announce a separation. Announce that they're getting a divorce. That puts enough distance between she and Michael. Then we never see a divorce. We never see anything. They're still living together. Then finally she gets her own place and she's dating Luke for Summer House. And it's like, oh, well, it didn't really work out because Luke was getting a little, impatient with me. So we had to go our separate ways. But he's a great guy. And, Michael was making things difficult for us. And then what do people do? They start to feel bad for mommy Ashley. Oh, Michael is no good. But she's going to get her settlement. And then she's like, oh, well, actually, I'm not going to get a settlement. I'm not going to get anything from the divorce because there was some tricky language in the prenup. Then all season, she got us feeling bad for her. Now, you massage Michael's feet every night. Where they do that at? How you massaging his feet every night? So y'all live together. So when the people was online saying that Ashley and Michael still live together, that's why the apartment is 5 minutes away from the house. I told y'all Ashley was a liar. I told y'all there was no divorce. Ashley's still with this man. I told y'all this storyline never made sense because Ashley's saying, oh, we're getting a divorce. I'm just reluctant to file because I like knowing that financially I have that security. It never made sense because if the man could be so terrible to let you leave this marriage with nothing, even though you've given him 2 children and you gave him your entire 20s and half of your 30s, and he can still say, I'm not going to give you anything, and get you to sign a prenup that swindles you. We're supposed to believe that even though you're not with this man, if you're legally married, he's going to look out for you. That never made any sense. That never made any sense to me. That made no sense. If he's so terrible that he would do all these other things to you, what makes you think he's going to save your house if you can't pay for it? I knew this girl was lying. I know a scheme when I see one. Now, when it comes to Mia, I done told y'all before, Mia is a scammer, okay? And when I mean scammer, I'm not saying she steals people credit card information. That ain't what I'm saying. I'm saying she come on this show and she tell us lie after lie after lie after lie. And the people always fall for it, but not me, okay? I peeped her game. I know what she's about. Mia done came to this reunion, and you know what? I got to give her an A for effort, at least. She trying to save her job, and I can't be too mad at her. But she not going to clear up none of the lies that she already told. She going to come over here and dump a whole nother load of lies on us. And y'all could be taken with that if you want to, but not me, okay? You're there with your husband, even though you have a fiance, and then you're on FaceTime with said man, and you have Gordon tell him hello. This is beyond weird. This is nothing interesting about this. This is nonsense. These are lies. These are lies. If Mia says good morning to you, you better check to make sure it's morning, because this lady lies. Now we're going to find out that her son may not be her husband's son. This is weird. I don't like to see people play with their lives like this. But Mia, if that's what you're going to get to people, if some of the people are here for it, I guess, girl. I guess. Now, Wendy and NECA, y'all might as well pack that on up. Don't nobody care about it. We see the little clip where Wendy is addressing her in Igbo, and the girlies are on Twitter mad at Wendy for speaking in Igbo, talking about she's slipping over her words and she don't really speak the language. I'm like, y'all will literally nitpick and find any little reason to come at Wendy, and then you guys say y'all are mad that she's so rehearsed. Yes, she's so rehearsed because she's always having to be on guard, because y'all have a problem with everything that this girl does. If she breathes, it's a problem. If she looks to the left, it's a problem. If she sneezes, it's a problem. So yeah, sometimes the girl is rehearsed because she got to make sure she serves. She got to make sure she's always on point, because there's always some hater sniffing around to catch her slipping. As far as NECA saying you iced me out of this group, NECA is crazy. That lady is not like, girl, I guess, girl. Like, I don't know. NECA, there's nothing interesting about you. There's nothing interesting about you. See, if you was the girl that the people want to believe that you are, you would have came on this show and you would have shown us NECA. Instead, you came on this show and tried to bond with the other ladies by playing victim to Wendy, when Wendy was only nice to you. And then she ignored you. She paid you dust. You were the one calling her a bitch. You're the one going in on her. You're weird. You're weird and you're obsessed. You really should have been showing the people who you were. You should have been showing them. You shouldn't even have been worried about Wendy. Every little thing. Oh, what did Wendy say? Well, is Wendy coming? Oh, well, I invited Wendy to my house and she didn't come. It's like, girl, pack it up. Pack it up. Goodbye. Robin Dixon, you have your nerve. You really got your nerve. You're not even embarrassed that Juan isn't sitting behind you at this reunion. And all the reunions Juan needed to be at this reunion, because he needed to answer for what he did. He needed to be there to support you and say, look, even if he was going to come and tell us to mind our business, I would have been here for that. Just to show you some support and be like, yeah, we are a united front. He didn't do that for you. But you gonna come over here. But you chose to come on this reunion stage and bring up the situation with Chris. For those of y'all who don't know, I'm sure everybody knows, but maybe you might have forgotten. A couple months ago, this lady came out and said that she was having an affair with Chris. She was on Tasha K. She said she had a pregnancy that she deleted because Chris begged her to, and she didn't want to, and her heart is broken because she really loved Chris. And Candace is a terrible, terrible person. She swore up and down that she doesn't watch the show. She doesn't know anything about the show. But then at the same time, everything that she says is bashing Candace and how Candace treats Robin know how Candace treats Ashley and Giselle, but you don't watch the show. So how do you know who Ashley and Giselle are? She kept bringing up Ashley, kept referencing how badly Candace treated Ashley. Of course, the fans went to work and they started finding inconsistencies with her stories. Tasha K even came back and said, I think this lady is lying. I think I've been used to do someone else's dirty work. And she even said that she believed it was Robin and Giselle that put that lady up to it. After that happened, Robin and Giselle went on their podcast and talked about the rumors and said all these things. And then we're like, oh, but we're being blamed for it. Let me say this. I never thought that Robin and Giselle put anyone up to it. I never thought that. Even when the fake mistress from New Jersey went on live on Instagram and was telling her fake story, I never thought it was Giselle and Robin. Now, I did see that the one person who was interacting with this woman was a Giselle stan page. I noticed that, but I still didn't think that Giselle and Robin had anything to do with it. It wasn't until, I believe his name is Giorgio Says, came through, interacted with the fake mistress, and basically debunked the entire claim. He had evidence to prove that this lady was lying. On top of that, the fans found out that the abortion paperwork that Miss New Jersey had came from an abortion clinic in Oklahoma that's been shut down for years. I still didn't think that Robin and Giselle had anything to do with it. But then Giselle did an interview after all of this was debunked. She went and did an interview and she brought this up and she made sure that we knew that there was a baby and a pregnancy involved. That's when I started thinking, why are you so pressed about a rumor that has been debunked? Why are you so pressed about this? Like, you shouldn't want no parts of this because you don't want to be blamed, right? But then to see Robin, after all these months have passed by, we haven't heard anything about the fake mistress in New Jersey for months because she's probably shamed somewhere. For you to come and bring this story to the reunion, now I think y'all were part of it. Now I definitely think Robin and Giselle were part of this. Y'all got someone to do this. Y'all got someone to put that lady up to it. Because why are you so pressed? You don't want us to believe that Juan did anything with the lady from Canada. But you want to believe a crazy person who doesn't even want to show her face. This lady, and I'm sorry to keep saying that this lady is crazy, but this lady clearly is not well. Something is really wrong with this lady. And you're still wanting to you still want to go with this story? Now you're looking really guilty, especially after everything that came out last week. After last week's episode aired and we find out that you actually leak information, which I already knew, but the rest of the world found out that you leak information to certain vloggers and certain people and have them do your dirty work for you. And then we see the reunion trailer that you're bringing up something that had already been debunked. Seems like you're very pressed. You really want company. You're miserable and you really want some company. You really want to believe that Chris is cheating on Candace. You really look pathetic. For you to say, oh, the screenshots of your husband's lip penis are Photoshop? Robin, how would you know what Chris's penis looks like? There's more than one white man with a penis in the world now, Robin. Like, you sound crazy. You get all smart and all your spidey sense tingle when it's someone else's man. And this is why we know you're full of shit, Robin. Your spidey senses only get to tingling when it's someone else's marriage. They don't work when it comes down to Juan and his lies. And now that we see how nonchalant Juan is, I'm starting to really feel that Juan never told you this lie-ass story about he put his credit card down. And I think that's the story you came up with. I don't even think Juan cares enough to lie to you, Robin, at this point. I think that's the story you came up with. And that's why you were so comfortable going around telling everybody the story. Juan causes a problem and you got to fix it. You got to clean it up. I don't think Juan told you no lie like that. I don't think Juan explained himself to you at all. He told you just get over it. And you created all these crazy stories and ran around telling everybody. Talking about the like, what makes you the authority of what Chris's penis looks like? Girl, have you no shame? Well, we know you have no shame. I'm sorry, but Robin, you really look like a fool. For you to sit up there and say the pictures of your husband's limp penis are Photoshop, is that really the hill you want to die on? Do you know what Chris's penis looks like? Have you seen it? Have you seen it so many times that you know for a fact that those pictures that girl released were the real deal because you know what Chris's penis looks like? You have sat up there and made up every lie and excuse for Juan. Oh, he's just doing laundry with Coach Bree. That's just his friend. Oh, even though he's fired and he don't work with Coach Bree anymore, they're getting mani-pedis because that's his best friend. People have been telling y'all stuff about Juan all this time about seeing him at this restaurant and seeing him over here with this lady and seeing none of that you want to believe. But you want to believe a woman that will get on social media, go on Tasha K, hide her face, come up with all these crazy stories about Chris liking her because she was cooking chicken on IG Live. The lady got 2 pictures on her Instagram, one of a dirty, dusty lampshade. I mean, girl, nothing about that lady's story was credible, but we supposed to believe it. It almost seems like you spent some good money to get that lady to come out and lie like that, and you're mad that the public wasn't eating it up. That's what it's giving. Because why are you so pressed about it? You weren't this pressed about your own man. As far as Giselle and Candace being able to move forward, y'all, I don't know about this one. I don't know. For me, honestly, I feel like Candace has done a really good job. I think she's done a great job this season. And y'all know I love Candace, so maybe I am a little bit biased. But if it were me, every time Giselle opens her mouth, like, y'all think y'all know what a mean girl and a bully is? Y'all haven't seen one. If you lied like that on my husband, if you played in my face like that, you tried to change my reality the way that Giselle tried Candace and Chris, every time Giselle opens her mouth, it will be an insult. Like, y'all haven't seen nothing yet. And I think this season, Candace did really well to coexist in this space with Giselle. I really think she did. Giselle is literally sitting there holding everyone hostage because she can't get away with playing in people's faces. And I don't know in what planet, like, unless you come from the same planet as Mia, I don't know how you guys think that Giselle could get away with the things that she does. This is a show called Real Housewives. Real Housewives. These people bring their real lives, their real families on this show. I don't know how you guys expect Candace and Wendy to interact with Giselle. Like, I don't see why Giselle is mad. Giselle, you did something to them and you are more mad at their reaction to you. And you don't want to own that you were wrong in the first place. But move forward how? Do you guys want Candace to just have amnesia and forget what Giselle tried to do to her? Do you want... Wendy has tried to move forward with Giselle, and Giselle wants no parts of her. And she said she's not moving forward with Candace. She said it. She said it to Karen. There is no moving forward. For me, I really think that Giselle could leave the show. I really think she could. I feel like if you guys want to do the least damage, get rid of Giselle. Because everyone else there, anytime that we have seen Giselle not be a part of the group, they get along. They get along and they have a good old time. Last year in Miami, when Giselle went to bed at 8 o'clock, everybody was having a ball. Wendy and Robin were hugging each other. Wendy was apologizing to Robin, even though Robin didn't give her an apology in return. They got along just fine. And as soon as Robin saw Giselle, it was like, girl, I don't know why she was being so nice to me all of a sudden, but you accepted it. But then when you got in Giselle's face, now you want to clean it up. Almost as if you knew you were going to be in trouble. Then you saw her at Candace's house and y'all had another conversation and you guys were good. Karen makes a joke about you and now you're mad at Wendy all over again. Really starting to look like Giselle's the problem. You were getting along with Candace and Austin when Giselle wasn't around. You let her come to your room. You let her leave with your slides on and everything. But then when Giselle comes around, you hate her again. Honestly, I know they love Giselle. They're invested in Giselle. So I feel like if that's the case, then fire Ashley and Robin. Let them be guests. Let them come on the show, pop in like Sharice was doing. And we'll see how quickly Giselle's attitude changes. Because at the end of the day, Candace isn't lighting you up at every turn. Well, she really could be, but she's not. You're the one saying you don't want to move forward, even though you did the offensible act to Candace and to Wendy. So get rid of Ashley and Robin and see how quickly Giselle changes her tune. See how willing and ready she is to reconcile. But anyways, the trailer was actually really good. It was only a minute and like 56 seconds, so it's probably really easy to make it look good. Doesn't mean the actual reunion will be so good. They tried to really entice us with Mia's storyline, but I'm so sorry. The lady lies too much. There's just nothing for me to, I can't get into it. I can't get into it. Now your husband is being cool with your side dude, even though he was online dragging you. Somebody said that he would, I think it was Robin. She said that Gordon really defended his wife. How do you defend your wife when she has a boyfriend or a fiance and she made somewhat of a wedding announcement with her legs wrapped around him? Mia's storyline is fake. She makes it up as she goes. Anybody could do that. So there's just nothing, as far as, like, if they're trying to make this reunion Mia heavy, it's not going to give. I really hope that's not what they're going to do. I really hope that's not what they're going to do. I feel like as far as Candace and Giselle, if Andy really wants to get some type of progress out of this reunion, then he needs to hold Giselle accountable. He needs to be real with Giselle. Giselle, you come after these people's families. Do you think that they're not going to fight back? Who is it that you think you are that they're not going to fight you back? They've given her, they have bigged her head up so much that she really feels like no one can say nothing to her. You do the most offensive stuff and expect people to not react. Hopefully, the actual reunion will eat. If they focus too much on Mia, it's not going to eat. That's all I can say. But yeah, please like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching. Hopefully this reunion eats.